3 weeks ago that Boko Haram has struck again, taking 8 girls. These girls are younger than the previous group. These girls, we're told, between the ages of 12 and 15. As you said, those Boko Haram militants storming this village of Warabe in northeastern Nigeria, making off with these girls late Sunday into Monday. And one can only imagine the sheer fear, the terror, the heartbreak that these new families are now enduring, and also with the very fact that the government of Nigeria has already admitted that when it comes to the 200+ girls that went missing some weeks ago, they have no idea where they are. So to have this happen off the back of that, actually, I mean, one's almost lost for words. It is truly heartbreaking, truly horrifying. We're working on getting more details to see what is happening in response to this new outrage. Ashley?
Well, and that is my next question, the response. You know, it took weeks before the president even really publicly acknowledged what happened to the 200+ girls. But what about this most latest development? The whole world is watching. The pressure is mounting. Is the government doing something faster now to react to this?
Well, you know, the government says that when it comes to the 200+ girls, they are doing all they can. They are following up on every lead. They talk about using helicopters and aircraft, but we have been speaking to people that are in the local area, the area where the girls, the 200+ girls were taken, and they said really up until quite recently there had been little movement on the ground. They also said that forested area where we believe the 200+ girls were taken in the immediate aftermath, that the soldiers never went in there. So, you know, all of this undermines the credibility of the Nigerian government and raises questions about capability and commitment. So when it comes to these latest 8 girls, we are all waiting and watching to see how they will respond, if they will respond differently, because to date, the feeling here on the ground and for many around the world is that their response has been underwhelming and inadequate. Ashley?
Just so distressing. Aisha Sase reporting for us live. Thank you for that. Boko Haram is effectively hell-bent on overthrowing Nigeria's government and installing what can only be considered a radical Islamist state, really akin to Taliban rule in Afghanistan. CNN's Carol Costello looks at their methods.
This video shows the leader of Boko Haram making an outrageous and repugnant announcement, vowing to sell 223 girls abducted last month from a school in northeastern Nigeria. This isn't the first time the Islamic extremist group has taken responsibility for a horrific deed. According to Amnesty International, in just the first 3 months of this year, more than 1,500 people have died in violence related to Boko Haram. The group dates back more than 10 years, but became increasingly violent in 2009 after widespread clashes in northeast Nigeria with the military. In the aftermath, hundreds of Boko Haram members were killed, among them the group's then leader, Mohammed Yusuf. Since then, Boko Haram has carried out audacious attacks on churches, mosques, and markets. Entire villages have been razed to the ground. Residents killed in firebomb attacks, shot, and some victims have been even hacked to death.
What we've seen is increasingly vicious attacks by Boko Haram in remote villages, schools, and businesses.
Last November, the State Department designated Boko Haram as a terrorist organization, and they estimate the membership ranges in the hundreds to a few thousand. So what motivates this diabolical group? Boko Haram translates to Western education is a sin. The group aims to establish a fully Islamic state in Nigeria and implement Sharia law. A 2013 congressional report on Homeland Security called Boko Haram a sophisticated ally of al-Qaeda.
When you know what is the human right.
As for Abubakar Shekau, the current leader, he's been on the radar of U.S. officials since he came to power in 2009. Last June, the U.S. put a bounty on him, offering a reward of up to $7 million for information leading to his location. Carol Costello, CNN, New York.